Well, hello there.
Merry Christmas.
Lovers, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, seasons, greetings. Whatever
Happy
works for you.
solstice.
Happy
Hanukkah.
got
Feliz Navidad. Joyeux Noël.
yeah.
All of it.
I'm lost now. Where were we? What were we talking about?
Let's see here.
Oh yeah, Christmas. Yeah, it's Christmas time, folks. Thank you for joining us. It's our annual. It's getting to be annual. Our annual Christmas celebration on 5 Minutes with Robert and Amy, Nasir, and you. And we are glad you are here. I've got my chat up, and don't have anybody on the Facebook side. It may be that you all have come over to YouTube. Finally, I keep threatening that I'm going to just change everything to YouTube only because that's where the numbers are really important. And it is good to see you there. I see Linda is in the chat on
Yay.
YouTube. Linda, let us know. She might be too busy to watch the show. So
She said she might catch the first part of it, but happy anniversary to Linda and Quent Cordair.
yes, if there is as if you didn't already have enough reasons to go to cordair.com, cordair.com, browse the art, buy some art. It's also their anniversary. Yes, it's the most romantic time of the year. Merry Christmas and happy anniversary to you, Linda. Thank you for joining us, folks. Today is Sunday, December 21st. I love that. 2025, the 355th day of this, your best year yet. What a great time of the year to think about your best year yet. There are, hard to believe this, I hope you got all your shopping done. There are 4 days left until Christmas. But frankly, I think it's Christmas today, at least for the next 5 minutes.
Or several sets of 5 minutes. And by the way, Matthew is in the chat and he speaks Welsh. So I wish him a Naldalig Lawen or Llawen.
That's good. That's good. You must have the phonetic version there, because otherwise I would read it and it would say and it would sound nothing at all, of course, like it's supposed to.
It's Nadalig. So dal is the emphasis, and Llawen is
good.
Yeah, I think.
Yes. Would you like to buy a vowel or a few?
Matthew, tell me in the chat if I said that right.
Yes. Well, since we're celebrating romance today, too, on account of the Cordairs, it is 55 days until Valentine's Day.
Oh, right.
You know, in case you did all your holiday shopping and you're like, I want to do more. I want to do more holiday prep. I want to do more shopping. There you go for that. And somebody will ask, so it is 314 days until Halloween.
Hooray. Huzzah.
How do you
Halloween.
like this holly mug here?
It's beautiful.
Crafted by the pottery experts at Greenfield Village.
This was not. This was from Target.
It is, yes, from the fine store of Target, yes. Excuse me. A bit of a coffee cough there. Coffee, that makes sense. That is appropriate on this December 21st. And on this date, you know, this is the day the first basketball game was played way, way, way back in 1891. I always think of basketball as
1891.
Yeah, I associate it with, well, you know, I was a kid in Detroit. I associated with growing up in the city kind of game. And how could we have basketball back in 1891? But way back then, 30-year-old James Naismith introduces the first game of basketball based on 13 rules that he created. The game is tested by 18 students at the International Young Men's Christian Association. Does anybody even remember what YMCA stands for anymore? Other than, you know, a Village People song? Very, very
Yeah,
cool.
I went to, back when I was growing up, we had a YWCA, so it was segregated. I think it was, at least as I recall. So it's a Young Women's Christian Association.
Yeah, over time it got to where the YMCA wasn't boys only, but I don't know if the YWCA ever invited boys in. I don't know. It's so unfair. No, actually, I think it just got to where nobody cared anymore. It was so silly.
True.
Yes, the first game of basketball, the objective was to throw a soccer ball into a peach basket attached to a balcony 10 feet above the floor. So apparently James Naismith did not actually invent the basketball hoop, or at least not right away, or even the basketball, since he was using a soccer ball. But really, what's the difference as long as you're having fun? Also on this day, we got a bunch of great birthdays. First, no, let me save that for last. The second one is Jane Fonda. We all love to hate Jane Fonda for her politics. Actually, if you look her up, not as bad as you may have thought, unless you were in the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
Especially if you were in favor of the Vietnam War. But somebody tell me in the chat, in Vietnam, what were we fighting for? I don't want to stand up for Jane Fonda's war record, and she, in fact, eventually apologized for some of her remarks in that regard.
Right.
But yeah, we were fighting to keep communism out of Vietnam because it was a totalitarian ideology that was a threat worldwide. Well,
And I believe
the last part of that is true.
as I recall, I may be wrong, but weren't the French first involved in Vietnam or something like that?
Well, if you know that, you know more than I do about it.
Yeah, and then we came in after that. So, yeah.
A nifty thing about Jane Fonda, if you can ignore her politics, is she was amazingly talented, just outrageously good at what she did. And I'm using past tense, but I shouldn't, because she's still active. She's still out there.
Yeah,
she's 88 years old today.
Amazing.
Yeah, very, very cool. Again, the acting part. We did a whole episode of this show, and we'll talk about it again, on what do you do when your heroes and your villains are the same person? People of mixed character. I think that applies here. Speaking of mixed people, although not necessarily morally mixed, just unusual, the late Frank Zappa has his birthday today. Unfortunately, he only lived to be 52 because he was prostate. Oh, no, that's prostate. Yeah, he died of prostate cancer. But Frank Zappa is and was amazing. And if you're a newcomer, if you don't know anything about Frank Zappa, personally, to me, the points of entry are the two albums that came out about the same time, Apostrophe and Overnight Sensation, had both hits on them as well as classics like The Story of Nanook the Eskimo and Dynamo Hum. Look those up. There's a link right in the show notes in the YouTube description. I know some people would say Dancing Fool.
Oh, right.
Or Valley Girl.
Yes, Valley Girl.
Those are probably even bigger hits.
They were. Yeah, I need to look up a little bit more of Frank Zappa. I mean, I really admire his tenacity, his style, his really kind of rebellious sense of life.
Yes, and
I like it.
And in the 80s, when he was still popular because of Dancing Fool and Valley Girl, he went up against the PMRC. And Tipper Gore. Who would have thought that the Tipper Gore, the wife of Al Gore, the guy who invented the internet, would be one of the leaders of the attempts to get music censored? Well, not censored, just labels, so we know which albums our kids shouldn't be buying. Frank Zappa came out hard against the PMRC, the Parents Music Resource Council. So more praise to the late but great Frank Zappa. Kiefer Sutherland is 59 years old.
Yeah.
Another one of those great actors who's also a guitar player. So I admire any actor who's also a musician. I don't know if he's a great musician. I've only seen clips, and he seems all right.
I'm sure he's good.
But we all enjoyed Jack Bauer, and he's gone on to do comedy and all sorts of things. And of course, he was part of the not Rat Pack. What were the Brat Pack? The Brat Pack of the 80s. He was kind of orthogonal. He wasn't as big as Ali Sheedy and Molly Ringwald and the big stars of the Brat Pack, but he was around way back then. He is 59 years old today.
Nice. And people are absolutely astounded at my brilliance about trivia with regard to Frank Zappa, even though I don't know his music very well.
You seem too young.
His somebody asked who are his Steve asked who are his children's names, and I'm like, of course it's Dweezil and Moon Unit.
Yes. Well, and Amit Radon.
Oh, that's right, Amit.
It's 3 kids.
That's right. I forgot. Everyone forgets about poor Amit, right?
People, you name your kids, and people say, "Don't give them that name. That's going to be really hard if you name your daughter, Karen, because that's, No, you want to give your children some names that are going to force them to be individuals. Name your daughter Moon Unit.
Well, her voice, or she actually was part of the song Valley Girl.
That's right. She was the Valley Girl in the song Valley Girl.
Doing the lyrics or the spoken word part.
Charming West Coast accent.
Yeah, I love it.
Yes. Very, very cool. Okay, the last birthday that I held out, that I saved for last, even though he's the second oldest of the group. Today, Samuel L. Jackson is 77 years old. Now, we all love Samuel L. Jackson. for everything that he's ever done. And, all you Avengers fans out there, obviously, and, Nick Fury, you can't beat Samuel L. Jackson just for attitude. He even did one of the Die Hard movies, as if I recall correctly. Didn't he do the third one? And it's Christmas time, and we all know Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Yes, it is.
But if you have any conflicts about that, I have had people, point out that Bruce Willis himself, when, he still had all of his bearings, kind of a sad story there. But anyway, Bruce Willis himself said, Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie. It takes place at Christmas time, and it's not like a Christmas movie in any way. I hate to disagree with the star of the movie, but if you do if you think it's not a Christmas movie, how about another action film that Samuel L. Jackson, celebrating his birthday today, was in, and that is The Long Kiss Goodnight. Mm-hmm. Gotta see The Long Kiss Goodnight. And that means, since I brought up Die Hard, since I brought up Gina Davis's great film, The Long Kiss Goodnight with Samuel L. Jackson, I want to hear in the chat about your favorite Christmas movies. I want more recommendations. You've given them to us before. We've seen a bunch of them. I remember we saw Christmas Chronicles on your suggestions, and that was really good. And they even
really
made a sequel that was really good.
Yeah, we need to watch that soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, of course, our, let's see, what are our Christmas movies real quick? It's the George C. Scott
version of A Christmas Carol, which incidentally is linked in the show notes for tonight.
Yes, and of course, Die Hard, but another one of those on the edge sort of, is this a Christmas film or not? Films is Serendipity with John Cusack and Kate Beckinsale.
Another film that begins and ends at Christmas, but it's not a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas music,
but it will always put you in the Christmas spirit.
There's so much Christmas music in it, and it's so lovely. And there's it's a wonderful film. Serendipity. If you haven't watched it, you should go see it.
The only downside is, when you hear songs like Cool Yule, you'll always think of that movie from then on the rest of your life. But it's a good thing. It's a good film to think of.
Yes. And of course, I believe that you can find a fairly decent viewing on YouTube now. It's the Mikhail Baryshnikov and I'm forgetting Gelsey Kirkland, the Nutcracker from the late 70s.
This is a recording of the ballet.
Yeah.
And it's extraordinary.
Mikhail Baryshnikov, oh my gosh. I mean, he's all air. he's always floating.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because we recently watched The Nutcracker, and it was a recent production, and apparently it's a thing now, especially over in London in the UK. We got our UK friends in the chat. Good to see you all there. They're doing an Edwardian version of The Nutcracker, rather than the Russian version, Tchaikovsky's version. And then they just changed the plot and the setting a bit. And at the beginning, it's a little weird. They have suffragettes, women with signed votes for women, and some poor people. It looked more like a Oliver Twist than The Nutcracker. But once they get into the story proper, once Clara actually makes her journey, it's an extraordinary production. So if you come across that on PBS or whatever your version of public broadcasting system is in the UK or around the world, it is worth watching. But then once you watch it, and some amazing things and really good, then watch Baryshnikov and you'll be like, okay, he's still the best.
Well, now I do have to get a shout out to whoever was dancing, the lady ballerina in this new version. It's the Great Performances version on, I think, affiliated with the BBC, but on PBS. And but it was the Sugar Plum Fairy, the one lady who was dancing as the Sugar Plum Fairy, and they extended her dance, as they often do in more children's versions of the Nutcracker, where the pas de deux is danced by the Sugar Plum Fairy and I guess the Sugar Plum Man. Both of them were really, really good. But this ballerina, my gosh, if you want to see perfection as a female ballerina, you need to see this new version. Extraordinary. I was yelling at the screen like I was yelling at a sports event.
Hold that line.
Look at that form. Look at her hands. Oh my gosh. That transition.
How do her toes even work? It's one thing to be on point, but that was impossible.
Incredibly good.
Yeah. Very, very good.
Yeah. So, yes. Oh, James is in the chat. He said, yes, we just watched. Really awesome. I'm not sure which one you watched. Tell us what you watched.
We should have been monitoring the chat for what we said when he said that.
Yes. There's a delay in the chat, so it's always a little bit not synced. Oh, yes, Floating on Air. I think he's referring to the Mikhail Baryshnikov and Gelsey Kirkland Nutcracker Ballet. Absolutely amazing. Oh, yes, and Steve and others, I think, said The Shop Around the Corner. That's a good film.
I don't remember it. We've watched it, but it was years ago.
It's a black and white film.
Sure.
It's
as
I recall, it was nice, but it was just not. I don't know why, but
Well, I'm gonna write it down.
It's not a standout. I don't know. And I apologize for those who love the film. But
in preparation, I was looking through the list of the 100 greatest Christmas films on Rotten Tomatoes, which is actually a very good list. And I saw it there, and I thought, I don't remember it. I'll have to watch it again.
Yes.
And Amy, you can watch it with me, while you're doing your nails or something.
Oh yeah. Right.
You can half watch it with me while I enjoy it.
Yeah, if I do work from home.
Amy and I agree on everything, but sometimes we agree to different degrees. So
we do actually, but we mainly. I really wish that Mel Brooks did a Christmas movie. I know he did. It's a very Merry Muppet Christmas movie, I guess. But I really wish that he had done something for Christmas the way that he did for Young Frankenstein for Halloween.
Who?
Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks. Oh.
It would have been nice if he had done a more of a Christmas movie other than the Muppets. But and by the way, Jeff says Happy Rush 2112 Day.
It is 12/21.
Yes, 12/21
or 21/12, depending on where you're from.
Yeah, if you're from Europe, then it's backwards.
And it actually kind of makes sense to do day, month, year.
Yeah.
Versus what we do here in the normal world, which is month, day, year. I'm a computer guy, so they're both weird to me. I think it should always be year, month, day, because
it's always confusing when they mix the two and you're like, wait, what are they talking about?
If you do year, month, day, then your numbers end up being in numerical order. It actually makes sense.
There is no 30th month.
Except nobody talks that way. Anyway, yes, absolutely. Happy 2112.
Yeah.
Outstanding. It's also, for those of you who may have noticed, it depends on where you're at relative to the equator, but here in Motown, it's the shortest day of the year. Happy solstice.
Yeah.
If you're south of the equator, happy summer solstice. Or if you're anywhere where it's cold like it is here, happy winter solstice. It may be cold, and actually, because of the way seasons work, it's going to keep getting colder, but the days are going to get longer. And if I can't appreciate more warmth, I can at least appreciate more light.
Yes.
Until the warmth tracks along with that in, a couple months.
Well, for those people who are not afraid of being really, really cold and going outside tonight, the sky here in Michigan is clear. So you'll be able to see stars and really, really well, and whatever else is up in the sky. Maybe some shooting stars or meteors or something.
So
yeah.
Christopher Smith reminds me that when Bruce Willis made the comment about Die Hard not being a Christmas movie, it actually makes more sense this way. He said, it's not a Christmas movie, it's a goddamn Bruce Willis movie. Okay, that's cool. I'm good with that. I like that. Steve reminds us The Bishop's Wife, which we did watch again on y'all's recommendation, and we did enjoy it.
Yeah, it was good.
It's not on our list of favorite Christmas movies, but it is a good Christmas movie.
Yes, it was good.
We did enjoy that.
Yeah.
Eyes Wide Shut. You're not the first person to tell me Eyes Wide Shut is a Christmas movie, but
so sure.
It seems to have more
I don't think
to it than that. And the more to it is not my bag, but maybe at some point we will take that in.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm already seeing too much of Nicole Kidman anyway.
Every time we go to the AMC theater nearby,
which is the theater that we almost always go to,
they have the Nicole Kidman thing every single time, and now they shortened it. Thankfully, they shortened it.
They did. It was only like 15 seconds long.
But I just don't want to see
Nicole Kidman. I don't know if she's a part owner of AMC or something, but they've got a promo that she does before every single film.
It's gotten old after a few years, but
it got old pretty quick.
But yeah, I guess Spaceballs 2 is coming out. That's exciting.
I heard of that, and
in 2027.
I must admit, I was never a fan.
I like it. It's all right.
I love Mel Brooks. Young Frankenstein, Blazing Saddles make my list of top 10 favorite films. maybe top 15. Blazing Saddles definitely top 10. Spaceballs to me was dumb. It wasn't very clever. And yeah, there was some funny stuff. Anyway, I shouldn't say that because I know a lot of people love it and they're like, Robert, what's wrong with you? You suck. So I will leave that one alone, and I am glad that y'all do enjoy it.
Yes.
Lord of the Rings for some reason. A Christmas Story? I must admit, I've never read the book or watched the films all the way through. Maybe someday. Maybe someday.
Wait, for what?
Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, I have no clue.
I know that very.
We've never. We've never gotten to Lord of the Rings, and we've never watched Titanic the movie.
How can you connect to those two? Well, I guess they're both in the category of things everybody should have seen by now.
Very long movies that we've never ever seen, and we probably won't. Yeah.
Did you never know? We're young, and life is long, and eventually you just run out of things to see.
Yeah, and if it's not like we don't like Nicole Kidman. She's fine.
Oh, she's great.
Very nice, and I admire her for her achievements. I just don't want to see her, and
Well, you don't want to see her with Tom Cruise either.
No.
And we have not seen, for example, we have not seen the latest Mission Impossible films.
No.
At some point, you just know so much about Scientology that it's hard to not think about that. And Tom Cruise is amazing. He's an amazing, it's kind of like Jane Fonda. He's incredibly good at what he does. But yeah, in his case, it's kind of hard. Eventually I will. Eventually I should definitely watch the new Top Gun and the latest Mission Impossible because he's very good at what he does. But geez Louise, what?
Yeah,
What is keeping him from just walking away? People have done it. People have walked away from Scientology and have said, yeah, that was a crazy thing. I shouldn't have done that. And they didn't necessarily, they didn't all go out like, Leah Remini and try to kill Scientology. They just say, no, that was a mistake and I shouldn't have done it.
Right.
What would stop Tom Cruise from doing that?
Yeah, I'd like to see John Travolta do that as well.
Exactly. And, but before they, become metaphysically challenged, before they die. But
yeah,
that said, Tom Cruise is very, very, I love, even when he shows up in Tropic Thunder, and I didn't even realize it was him.
Oh, yeah.
He's just very good at what he does. Got to say that. Oh my gosh. Tom Harrison says, when I was a kid in Nova Scotia in the 70s, it seemed every Christmas, The Point movie was on.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. I could recite for you that entire story from memory.
Yes.
Although it would be the record album version.
Yes.
I did like the animated show, but the record album to me is one of the great record albums. Nielsen's The Point.
Harry Nilsson.
Thank you for reminding me of that. I can put that album on
so good
from start to finish, no skips, and it just makes any day that I hear it a better day.
Yes, I know.
Just so freaking benevolent, which is a little surprising considering, parts of the story are like, you're doing what to this little kid? Oh, it's so good. So good.
Oh, yeah, I know. And just the Think About Your Trouble song is so amazing.
Yeah.
Harry Nilsson, The Point. Look it up. Just listen to it. You don't have to watch it. You can just listen to it, and it's
the cartoon is available on YouTube in kind of a low resolution version, but how high resolution was anything back in the 70s anyway? But if you've got any of the music services, you're on Spotify, you're on Apple Music, whatever, listen to the album by Harry Nilsson.
Yeah. And do you like Charlie Brown Christmas? Of course we do.
We do like Charlie Brown Christmas. I think, Amy, you probably like It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown better.
Oh, yeah. That's the better of the two.
But, yeah, of the two, they're both very good. You notice Amy's not saying anything about the Thanksgiving Charlie Brown show. Where they tragic story. Oh, that is a happy ending, kind of.
Kind of, not really.
Not before they put Charlie Brown through hell for serving toast and popcorn for
and jelly
Thanksgiving
beans
dinner.
and pretzels.
Yeah.
But
that poor bastard. Anyway. So Jason Adams, we now have a club of 2 people who don't quite get Spaceballs. So thank you for joining me on that.
I'm easy with comedies. I'll
The
just
Lion,
say
the
that.
Witch, and the Wardrobe has Father Christmas. No surprise there, since the author was super trying to get us all to be a little more Christian. I read that when I was young. Read it when I was a kid. Haven't seen the film.
Yeah, but going back to Charlie Brown Christmas, just listen to a lot of the Vince Guaraldi music. that they put in there is so beautiful. The skating song is so lovely and just lush and wonderful and rich and just, I mean, it calms you down instantly. It's so beautiful.
Yeah. Equal to Reality reminds us that in Spaceballs, the only way they were able to spoof Star Wars is if they agreed not to do any merchandise.
Yeah, Spaceballs was with John Candy and Rick Moranis, I do believe.
Yeah, Rick Moranis. They had great talent in the film. It was just...
Yeah, I mean, in terms of that kind of thing.
It reminds me of the follow-ups to This Is Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
Great crew, great cast. The challenge was that they were in the habit of doing films with loose or no scripts, so that half of what you saw on screen was improv. And that meant it was very hit and miss. Sometimes it was really good, really funny, and sometimes it was only okay, and you just got by on the personalities of the actors. Sometimes you like somebody so much you would watch him, read the dictionary. But anyway, I mean, that some of you love Spaceballs.
If I had to pick between Spaceballs and Galaxy Quest hands down.
Oh God, there's no comparison.
No comparison.
Galaxy Quest is one of the greatest Star Trek movies ever made. It's better than some of the Star Trek movies.
It's really good.
It's kind of like the first season of the Orville.
Right.
Which, unfortunately, Matt MacFarlane wasn't able to fully, or Seth MacFarlane wasn't able to fully keep it going.
Right.
But yeah, sometimes you do something that's such a loving homage that it's a loving homage, and it's true to the core of what made Star Trek and even Star Wars great.
Yeah. So Tom asks about Trains, Planes, and Automobiles. Not our favorite for Christmas or Thanksgiving. I don't know which one it would be, but
it's one of those films that gets by on cringe, but only succeeds because at the end it's got heart. And if it had been a different mix, if it had been like 50-50 cringe and heart versus 95% cringe and heart, just watching Steve Martin go through all these horrible things, and for no reason other than John Candy is emotionally crippled by his unfortunate life situation. I shouldn't be giving spoilers. It's too much for me.
It's too much for me.
But some people are into that, and they love going on that cringe journey. Yeah. And then the big payoff. I don't like That's
the cringe. Cool. I mean, and I find there's a lot of cringe in Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. Because,
that's another one where...
Because they portray poor Snoopy not as a hero as he should be, but as somebody who is just long-suffering Snoopy. I'm like, no, thank you.
I don't even remember the Snoopy plot.
Well, he's just frustrated because he can't cook anything because he's a dog and he makes popcorn and toast.
Yeah. Equal to Reality says, I'm having Xmas alone by choice. It's so much easier. Autism and Xmas don't... I get that. I've had Christmases alone because of life and circumstances, and I'm sure part of it was my own personal challenges. And I'm sorry to hear that, but it sounds like you've got a handle on it, and I hope at least you find some joy on the day. Mm-hmm. And you won't be alone. I mean, you may be alone, but you won't be the only one. There's not much solace in that, but it can be good to know that, oh my God, it's not just me, because I have been there.
If you want to, Alex, go out and go somewhere and go hiking just by yourself and look at things.
Well, that's something you do a lot.
And point things out to yourself that are meaningful or beautiful or surprisingly lovely.
Yeah, Amy has had holidays alone.
I like
just
it.
Because I was an IT guy, and there were times I would be working, say, on her birthday or something.
Yeah, I really love going out by myself and just walking around the woods.
Yeah, so Amy's version of a holiday alone isn't sitting at home, but going out and doing something alone.
Exactly. Oh, I love it. I enjoy my own company, as a matter of fact.
Wow. I kind of get that because I enjoy your company too. Totes, me and my arrow.
Yes.
Yeah, Me and My Arrow was actually a minor hit for Nielsen.
Yeah, it was. Harry Nielsen. Nice.
It's actually not my favorite song on the album. Maybe my second least favorite song on the album, but not that I dislike it. It's just, I love everything in that record.
Yeah. Well, Tom says Nilsson Schmilson.
Yes.
But that's okay. I forgive you.
Oh, no, he's not making fun. That's
Oh,
actually,
no?
that's the name of
That's
one of Harry
right.
Nilsson's
That's-
albums.
Hello. Okay.
Yeah. I think
You're
I
right.
think that was the one with
Sorry, Tom.
coconut on it. And,
Okay. We're
and,
on the same page. Life is good.
Yeah.
Yes. That's right. And I love the coconut song, Lime in the Coconut.
Yeah. One of those great songs that only has one chord. If you know one chord, you can play that song.
There was a point at which Nilsson kind of wrecked his voice and couldn't sing very well afterwards, and it's very sad. But when he was on, he was so good. His voice was so just smooth as butter and so amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even when his voice was rough, he could do great things. It seems more than anything else, it seemed to depend on his life situation.
Yes.
What he was able to put out there. But yeah, when he was in rock and roll mode, he was fun. You know, songs like jump through the fire, jump in the fire, jump through the fire, jump through the fire. I mean, just great stuff. I remember where did I used to hear that all the time? Oh, Limbaugh used to use it as one of his bumper musics. But yeah, Harry Nilsson was a unique case, very joyous and in some ways very tragic. And that combination, for better or for worse, made him a great artist. His version of Everybody's Talking, I mean, oh my God, it's so good. Yeah.
And
yeah, or Without You, which was actually written by Badfinger, the band, Joey Moland, and his co-writer, I forget his name, Tom somebody. But Harry Nilsson's version of it. Oh, I can't forget this evening. Good. So good.
Oh, yeah. And
Did you see Due Date? We have not seen Due Date.
No.
I think that was a remake of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Oh, all right. Let me make a note of that.
Due Date. All right. And people are asking, White Christmas or Holiday Inn? Now, of course, I think White Christmas is done in color, I believe. And that's with Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye. And there's the sister song, and it's nice. Although, I gotta say, even though it's in black and white, maybe not as higher budget in a way, but I do enjoy Holiday Inn because it has Fred Astaire in it. And I just like Fred Astaire.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'll just say that. I love Fred Astaire, actually. Even when people tell me, but he wasn't a very good singer. And I'm like, well, he was in tune. He was good for what he did. And I really respect that. He was a Renaissance man and such an amazing dancer.
Well, Ian's disagreeing with you. He says White Christmas over Holiday Inn. But I think there's room for disagreement.
Yeah, there is. And, there shall be no objectivist schisms over this.
And because we talked about spending holidays alone, we've now got Christopher Smith singing Message in a Bottle by the Police in the chat. It's, Christopher Smith, thank you. He says, great bass playing, Robert, with the CIA. You were driving the band, sounded great. Thank you. I appreciate that. With only 2 weeks' notice, it was a challenge to make sure I knew all the songs. Fortunately, I was a fan of the band, so half of the music I didn't need much practice because, well, you know, if you're a musician, if you've heard a song 100 times, you don't even need to learn it. At least not that kind of rock and roll. So thank you. I really enjoyed that and mentioned it last week. But if anybody missed it, look on our channel, my channel, Robert Nasir on YouTube, under videos. You know, if you go to look for these shows, they're all under live. But if you go to the videos tab, you will find 8 songs so far. I think I have 3 more to post from that gig. Does Grumpy Old Men and Grumpier Old Men count as Christmas movies? I don't know, Steve, because I haven't seen them yet.
I gotta tell you, when I first tried, I tried watching Grumpy Old Men, and I couldn't, and I'm so sorry.
Should I not be writing it down then? I can watch it on my own.
Oh yeah, you can watch it on your own. I'll just say that
I watch something that you don't watch, but it could happen.
It's got a cringe factor for me anyway.
Oh.
So it might not for everybody, but I'm just gonna say personally, no.
Is it older men and younger women? Because that's like. I can't watch any movies from the 60s or earlier without How?
Yeah, well, it's that whole trope of, or that whole reality of, oh, the man is now 40 years old, and he's quite successful in his business. And now he can afford to take on a wife, and who is 17.
Yeah. Okay. I will look that one up. And
But yeah, but Grumpy Old Men, no, I don't think it was like that. But it was just cringy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. James Valiant says Life of Brian. Yes.
Oh, yeah, Life of Brian is certainly a Christmas or a Brian Miss movie.
Yes, Brian Miss movie.
Absolutely. Good one
Yeah.
to call there.
Yeah, that's a great movie. And thank you, George Harrison. Out there somewhere, George Harrison. And for getting that done, for making that happen.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Handmade Films, his production company, saved the Life of Brian film. And others, too. He financed other films that would not have happened but for his input. If you're a multimillionaire musician, we always say, rich people should do more fun stuff with their money than they do. And Harrison did that.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And that is fun.
Yeah. And yet another reason why he's probably our favorite Beatle. Although I do love Paul McCartney.
Now, Gary Menard brings up something that is tied to something that has been on my mind this week, and I sort of mentioned it earlier. He says so many original Christmas songs came out in the 80s. Yeah. Well, now there are only covers. I don't know. I mean, had the Candy Cane Lane song, and
there's
a few out there. There's a few
song.
Good ones out. I totally get it, Gary. If you're around in the 80s, nothing compares.
I'll just say that
nothing compares.
Like the Billboard Hot 100 is not really it is kind of, I don't know if it's still a thing anymore, actually. Back in the 80s, you could kind of track things, and record companies would release singles, and it was kind of orderly. Now it's all chaotic, and there's so much music out there, and people are constantly releasing music. You don't exactly, I don't even know where to look sometimes to find new music.
Well, Gary ended his comment with, there was no war on Christmas in the 80s. Now, it's funny you mentioned that, because I thought all that was kind of like you're saying. It's all a joke. A war on Christmas thing. Yes. But I've been getting it this week again.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if it was in response to me. Actually, I think it was in response to me, but also somebody else got the same thing, of wishing somebody a happy holiday, and somebody snapping back, it's not holiday, it's Christmas. And I thought, who stuck the candy cane up your butt? What? But apparently there are still people out there who will not respond thankfully to a wish to have a happy holiday. And I know that there are people, because I've run into that too, although I don't know if I have this year, who will, if you say Merry Christmas, will say, oh yeah, I don't celebrate that. So I've seen it from both sides. Now we can argue about which is worse. It's the right, but you can argue about that in whichever way you feel about it.
Yeah.
But I'm
I'm
not going to get up in arms about it. The only thing I'm going to get up in arms about is people getting up in arms about it.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's entirely ludicrous, the idea that Christianity is being destroyed somehow, or I don't know. That's crazy talk.
Well,
Christianity is not. Thank you very much. It's that's just how it is. You got to accept that Christianity is not under any major threat.
So I'm running behind on. I'm running behind because I wasn't scrolling in Facebook, where we also have Jim, for example, reminds me that Frank Zappa's "Dirty Love," which is a great song, a charming song, and Lucy Howard reminds me of "White Nights."
Yes.
Yeah, if you like ballet. Well, it's not ballet, it's mostly tap.
But, with Gregory Hines and Mikhail Baryshnikov.
You have Mikhail Baryshnikov trying to do tap. And it's funny because he's okay.
Yeah, he's not as good as Gregory Hines.
And you're watching Gregory Hines and you're like, Gregory Hines, you're great, but you're not half the dancer Mikhail Baryshnikov is. But it's tap, so of course Baryshnikov's trying to keep up. It's hilarious. No, you're right. That is a great film, Lucy. Thank you.
Yeah, and of course, Jim talks about everybody's talking, the Harry Nilsson song. That's a great song. Yeah, not written by Nilsson. I forget who wrote it, but don't
watch Midnight Cowboy, with the film that used it for reasons. Yes, you're right about that. Lucy Howard mentions Fargo. That's one of those quirky films that it kind of reminds me of, we tried recently. We didn't, in fact, you didn't finish it, but I did. We watched The Phoenician Scheme.
Oh, how was that?
Different director, but
Wes
the same
Anderson.
kind of quirky pseudo-reality style.
Yeah, I
And-
couldn't quite get it.
And again, it's that. Anyway, long story short is I've not seen Fargo yet. Maybe someday that will happen. So thank you for the recommendation.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't really say anything about it.
There were other Wes Anderson films that I appreciated more, but I couldn't get in. I really just couldn't get into the characters for this latest one.
And Jim also mentioned Eyes Wide Shut. And then he says, and yes, It's a Wonderful Life. Oh, It's a Wonderful Life. It's a wonderful movie, depending on how you take it.
Yeah,
And
that and A Christmas Carol.
I have
Depending on how you
written
take it.
I have written extensively. Sorry, I'm running into some great comments here on the Facebook side of things. Hello, Audrey. Love the albino tree and the digital fire. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Audrey.
We told the story of the tree. We've had live trees in the studio since 1999. And last year, allergies.
Yeah,
Amy's
my
getting
allergies got the worst of me. And
I said, I don't want to get a live tree. I think I'm going to go with an artificial tree.
and since I purchased it last year, I'm like, let's do it again.
Let's do it again. 2 years in a row with a white tree.
And the difference this year really is that there are incandescent Christmas lights on this tree that make it appear more pink than it actually is.
Yeah, if you saw the show last year, it was very blue.
Because it was LED lights that we had on.
Harsh. But
Very harsh.
it was a last minute purchase. It was all we could find. And so, yeah, I love the albino tree and digital fire. Thank you.
Yeah, and by the way, about this tree, I have a bunch of ornaments on it. I have years ago, actually in 1999, if you remember, you went to a mall and you would find in every mall there was a store called Things Remembered, and you'd go there and you'd buy some overpriced trinket, but the special part of it was that they had engraving.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was like, oh my, you could customize everything in the world, and they actually had self engraving there at the time, and I was able to take some of the flat brass ornaments that were shaped in different things.
Yep.
And write on it myself in the scrawly cursive that I had. It's legible. And so what I did was I purchased 7 of these ornaments, and they all represent the 7 virtues and objectivism and Ayn Rand's morality of rational egoism.
Now you got to do it. Now you got to say, what are the 7 primary virtues in life?
Let's see. Well, we have the rationality wreath. And I've got the honesty ornament. I guess it's just a very honest ornament.
Well, it is what it is.
It's in the shape of an ornament, and it's an ornament. ASA. And then the integrity was the partridge in the pear tree. So it's the integrity tree. Branching out different concepts, all stemming from one consistent principle. That's right.
Okay.
And
that's
then
3.
Then you've got Santa Claus's justice, of course.
That's right.
You've
Good boys get presents. Bad boys get coal.
Yeah, make sure that you're counting, because I'm not. And then you've got independence is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Of course.
Let's be independent together.
We all know that story.
Yes. And then and there was one in the shape of like a snow globe that had like a sleigh and all sorts of presents and all the stuff inside the snow globe. And that is for
productiveness.
Yes, productiveness. Yes. I think I got them all.
No.
And there is one more.
Yes.
Which
one were you most proud of?
Oh, of course, pride. And the pride one was a little kitty cat kind of like pawing at a little bell that was that's hanging off of the ornament. And so,
Super
the
sweet.
Kitty cat pride, I guess.
Yes. Cats don't need, like butterflies and little girls need no excuse.
Right.
They are an end in themselves and they know it.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Oh, the last holiday for today. I didn't mention it, but it is Don't Make Your Bed Day.
Oh, wait, today?
Yes.
Really? But
I have shared the whole make your bed idea.
Yeah.
From General McMaster, and also Jordan Peterson does that too. Make your bed, And the whole idea is if you make your bed, then you'll have done at least one thing, and you got the whole rest of the day to look forward to, and you've got a good habit, you got something to be proud of, et cetera, et cetera. But today, December 21st, is Don't Make Your Bed Day. So I didn't make the bed.
Really?
And Amy knows I always make the bed.
I guess you do.
I am the one in the house who almost always makes the bed, but I did not make the bed today. It is a mess. And the reason is because of Shannon Barba. And in this case, Shannon is a boy's name. Shannon Barba of Tijeras, New Mexico, who wrote a letter to his senator and said, I am in the 5th grade at Calvary Christian Academy. I am writing you to ask that you help me figure out a way. He's writing to his senator. Help me figure out a way to institute National Don't Make Your Bed Day. And then he explains, I have made my bed every day since I was 4 years old. I make it so that my parents will be proud of me. But sometimes I get really tired of making my bed. I think grown-ups get tired of making their beds too. I think everyone in our country would enjoy one day where they don't have to make their bed and not feel bad about it. I suggest December 21st every year because that is the shortest day of the year, and on that day we spend the least amount of time out of bed. So it would be nice to leave it unmade. I appreciate your help and ask that you please send me a response letting me know if you are able to pass a bill that would make a national Don't Make Your Bed Day. Thank you for your time and considering my request. So I didn't make the bed today.
Wow.
And I think that there's an important lesson here. Because the philosopher Gil Wynand tells us, as I mentioned at the wedding of John and Madeline 2 weeks ago, love is the exception making.
Yes.
Yes. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Happy Don't Make Your Bed Day. Now, if you really love somebody, if somebody really matters to you, then the rules that you apply to other people, the principles that you live by, not the base moral principles, but the rules that you live by, you make exceptions for them. And you got to be willing to do that every now and then, and not on whim, but for good reasons, with yourself. I love that line. Love is the exception making. Ayn Rand was asked about, she was talking about Frank O'Connor, and she was asked, well, do you consider him then to be your friend? And Ayn Rand was shocked by the question. She said, oh, no. No, he matters to me. And the first time I heard that, I was put off.
Yeah, I know.
My friends matter.
Yeah.
It's not like they're not of substantial value, but no, she was making a point. These are not commensurate values.
Right.
It's a whole different animal when you talk about your life partner.
Yes.
You're talking about part of yourself. The whole point of getting married is two people become one unit, one team, two in the world, not against the world, but in the world. So I love, love, love that. So if your exception is to not bake your bed this morning, or maybe to skip the laundry this morning, or something else that you can do because you can afford to do it, you've paid in advance and you'll make it up later, you go for that. And that means I probably now got a page of the chat to catch up on here.
No, I think we're doing all right, I think.
In my section that we've been doing lately, Robert and Amy Take on the News, I looked at the news, and I spent probably 5 minutes on it before saying, there's nothing in here I want to talk about. So instead, I went over to Human Progress and the Doomslayer, the best news report you can get. And they had 5 categories. Global income is rising. Life expectancy is rising. Democracy is on the march. Yeah, you wouldn't know it here, but around the world, people are getting freer.
Yeah.
The end of famine. When I was young, famines were not an unusual thing. It was news from around the world. We weren't having famines here in the States. But
you had Sally Struthers asking people to, for the price of a cup of coffee, you could save the life of somebody in Ethiopia.
And there's still some of that out there. But look at the numbers, and the improvements have been night and day.
Yes.
The end of famine, and then more years in school, which I guess if you're a little kid doesn't sound like progress, but around the world, kids are spending more time in school, even in countries where few people went to school or stayed in school.
Well, and with it, of course, with the internet, you could actually find all sorts of resources, and I love that. We have a map on our one of our walls, and I was just looking at that today, and I thought to myself, I may feel kind of crummy being in the United States for the next couple of years, a few years, a little bit anyway. Not entirely though. But there's so many places, so many friends that we have around the world that we actually have met in person from Ocon or wherever, and it's so amazing to me. And it's charming to say we have friends in Israel, and we have friends in the UK, and we have heck, I mean, I'd like to say that I have friends in France, but I don't yet. Someday I will.
Oh, you're in France. Let us know.
Now, there is Owen, who is a friend of James, but I haven't actually met him in person yet.
I don't know. We got to meet him, and then we can say.
The closest one I have is Luke Travers, who can kind of speak French, and yeah.
He's got a French connection. Oh, wait, that's a movie.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, yeah.
Someday, yes. I'll have a joyeux Noël. And, oh, goodness.
Yeah, I love James Valiant. It reminds us when the studios signed Fred Astaire.
Yes.
Their report on him was can't sing, can't act, can dance a little.
Yeah. Well, I know that Fred Astaire and his sister, I forget her name, grew up in vaudeville. Basically, they had an act, and she didn't go on to become famous, but he did.
Yeah, they didn't have a movie style. But they were showmen, people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it.
Absolutely. So if you look under in the show notes, shameless self-promotion or what we're listening to this week, the series I did on 10 movies over 10 days that had an impact on me are listed. One of my old ARC UK shorts, Merry Christmas from Robert Nasir, is in there. And, shorts are only 60 seconds long, so that won't take much out of your life. And then it's followed with our music playlist, the Life on Earth music playlist, the best Christmas songs you could possibly listen to. Now, I need to consult with Amy.
Yes.
Because I know you've got an updated list where I need to add to the old YouTube list.
Maybe.
And we will do that. But in the meantime, look in the show notes and bring up that playlist. And if it seems like, oh, yeah, that's not my thing. Oh, yeah, that's not my thing. Listen to a few of them and you will find peace on earth and joy in your heart and all sorts of cool things. Yeah,
I can talk a little bit about some of the music that I've been listening to. There's a really lovely, and I don't remember who sings this. It's an old song from like the 1930s or 40s, but it's called Hello, Mr. Kringle. And Hello, Mr. Kringle. It's such a fun little song. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. But it's very funny, in a very lighthearted, charming way. And, my favorite Christmas song, swing Christmas song, is Santa Claus Came in the Spring, which is very fun, and it reminds you of springtime, but Santa Claus Came in the Spring, and it's a very charming, lovely, romancy song. And then in the medieval realm, there is the, I don't know if it was medieval or not, but it's Veni Veni Emmanuel, or O Come Emmanuel. The music to it is so lovely. And we actually went somewhere recently. We saw a harpist play that song. Oh, wow. Absolutely inspiring. And if you don't think too much about the religion part of it, it's so beautiful.
Jim says, I think I missed something. How does exception making connect to not making your bed? Oh, well, I always make the bed, and today was an exception. That's all.
Yes.
And the connections I make are not always particularly direct.
Profound.
If I've got a point I want to make, I will use the flimsiest of excuses to get there. Don't worry about that. Or do worry about it, but I'm not going to.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, Steve, we don't know what Being There is, the movie. I don't know that movie. You do?
Oh, yeah.
Being There?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what this movie is.
Yeah. Have you never seen Being There with Peter Sellers?
Never. I never got into Peter Sellers, and
We watched Forrest Gump recently. We missed it when it was a big thing, but we watched it recently and thought, wow, that's really well made, but it is so not my kind of film.
Right.
No, if you want a film about somebody who is simple-minded and yet circumstances take him on an incredible journey, and the journey says something sociologically about the world that we live in, and especially about politics, Being There, I think, is the superior film between the two.
Oh, okay.
You have to kind of like Peter Sellers. Although he's playing somebody very simple-minded, it's a very quiet role. But God, I haven't seen it in decades. I may not have seen it since, the years when it first came out. But anyway, it is the Forrest Gump of its time without the presumptiveness.
All right.
And I almost wonder if the people who put Forrest Gump together were thinking a little bit of the film Being There.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom says that he was actually born in France on a Canadian Air Force base. Well,
Wow.
Joyeux Noël. Je m'appelle Amy.
Oh,
Et vous?
that's not pronounced Joyeux. Okay. Lucy says, my dad loves Peter Sellers. I'll ask him if he's seen this movie. I'm kind of a mixed Peter Sellers fan. Sometimes he's a little too much of what he is. He's a little too Peter Sellers for me, but he's very good at what he does.
Yeah.
At doing the Peter Sellers thing, he's extremely good at it. Whether he's being serious or doing comedy like the original Pink Panther films, or very, very good at what he does.
Yeah.
And Lucy, if your dad loves Peter Sellers, I can't imagine that he hasn't seen Being There, but definitely do ask him, because if he missed that, he should catch it.
Yeah. So let's see. Race says my favorite December holiday is my birthday. Yay! He had a birthday on the 13th, and that was actually the same day that Robert officiated a wedding, on the 13th. So happy birthday, Race.
If you've seen the film Frosty the Snowman, the animated film, and I didn't know this, but Amy remembered, when they find that old silk hat and put it on the snowman's head and Frosty comes to life, what is the first thing that he says?
It's not Merry Christmas. It's Happy Birthday. And it's very strange, but that's what Frosty the Snowman says, because it's his birthday, literally.
Yes. Yes. Sorry, I'm catching up on the chat here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Steve, I don't know if there is something to the theory that if you have a lower IQ, you can appreciate better, that you can focus on what they're doing, and that high IQ people have their heads in the clouds. I really can't say that at all. It really, everyone is born with a certain, with a certain power of focus, and whether or not you can process faster than other people, that I don't think it really makes much of a difference.
What matters most are the choices you make with whatever horsepower upstairs you've got.
Absolutely.
I've met these people with the idiot quotient, IQ. I took the Mensa test once, and the proctor, they won't tell you what your IQ is. They give you a pass-fail grade. Either you get into Mensa or you don't. And I'm like, well, that's idiotic. So, and they did let me in, which makes them even more idiotic. So,
I've never taken an IQ test, and I don't think I want to.
Yeah.
We talked about this last night. We at Glow at our Great Lakes Subjectivist meeting for December.
What did we talk about?
It was Leonard Peikoff's My 30 Years with Ayn Rand.
Oh, right.
And
he was asked whether Ayn Rand ever took an IQ test. And what did she think of IQ?
She didn't think it was a very valuable idea, that anytime you take a test, it really depends on what your knowledge and
she thought it was a measure of your accumulated knowledge and skills.
Yes, and that she never took an IQ test, and she was skeptical about their value.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
The only reason I ever took an IQ test, Mensa test, was because my stepfather, I was one of those people who grew up with an evil stepfather, and he was a member of Mensa, and he had the plaques on his. He had bought, you can buy the lifetime membership and buy the wooden plaque, and he had it on his business cards. Everybody handed a business, just all this stuff. And the thing is, when you grow up as a little, like child of somebody. And they're smarter than you are.
Yes.
He could have had an IQ of 98, but he would have been 1,000 times smarter than me because I was a little kid.
Yes.
And you never really quite catch up to people. So anyway, that sense of, I don't know, maybe I'm smart, but I'm not very smart compared to, people who've been alive 50 years longer than me. So anyway, taking that test to say, wait a minute, he always seemed like kind of an idiot, and maybe he was, or at least compared to me. So anyway, without getting too much into that, bottom line is, what really matters is, not how quick thinking you are, but how good thinking you are, what choices you make.
Yeah. And
kind of like most of the things about life, it's not so much what you've got as what you do with it.
Right. Yeah, and by the way, Merry Christmas to everybody, and here's a little gift. Go on to YouTube, look up Ayn Rand Institute, and look up My 30 Years with Ayn Rand by Keifer, and you can actually listen to the full lecture that he gave, including the Q&A, which is not online or in print.
Right.
And it's very nice. It's very, very good to go back and to listen to what he said and the anecdotes that he gave that were very inspirational in knowing Ayn Rand and learning from her and his perspective on being her friend. He didn't really put it that way. He didn't say, I was Ayn Rand's friend. I think he should have, but, or that Ayn Rand was my friend. And,
no, but he did at the end say that he loved her.
Yes, he did.
It was very sweet.
It was very nice.
Yes.
So Merry Christmas.
So links in the show notes include the Ayn Rand Lexicon entry for Christmas, Leonard Peikoff's essay, Why Christmas Should Be More Commercial.
That's right.
An episode we did on Christmas controversies, including Happy Holidays versus Merry Christmas. And what the hell's wrong with you people? People are wishing you a nice greeting. Stop complaining. A great page on the Ayn Rand Institute website. This is how Ayn Rand celebrated Christmas. There's a link to that. And finally, Ayn Rand on Christmas. Let me read you this quote. The secular meaning of the Christmas holiday is wider than the tenets of any particular religion. It is goodwill toward men, a frame of mind which is not the exclusive property, though it is supposed to be a part, but is largely an unobserved part, of the Christian religion. The charming aspect of Christmas is the fact that it expresses goodwill in a cheerful, happy, benevolent, non-sacrificial way. One says, Merry Christmas, not weep and repent. And the goodwill is expressed in a material, earthly form, by giving presents to one's friends, or by sending them cards in token remembrance. That's Christmas. Christmas is what you make it. Christmas is how you choose to celebrate it. And I hope you are enjoying the holiday, that you are celebrating it in a manner that is bringing you joy.
Yeah, I love the fact that, we celebrate at a time when it's, the weather, at least in the Northern Hemisphere, is really horrible. And there's a reason to celebrate. And of course, there were reality-based reasons in an agrarian culture to celebrate. And I love looking back at the history of Christmas and the 12 days of Christmas and what they would do, and the Saturnalia and what, in Roman times. And, in terms of Christmas being commercial, it's always been commercial. The only time it hasn't been commercial was in the Dark Ages. So let's not go back there. Let's not do that. Let's not be pious. Let's not just, we watched, no one's asked us about The Grinch. And we recently watched the Grinch Who Stole Christmas. And I kept thinking about that and why I didn't particularly like it. There was the, and spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, there's that point where the Grinch steals everybody's Christmas, their decorations, their furnishing, everything that they own, something, I don't know, their toilet paper, who knows? And despite that, everybody in Whoville gathers around and holds hands in the town square and sings Wahoo Wahoo, and everyone's grateful for the fact that they have their loved ones and their family and all of this. And that's nice and everything, but it doesn't make a damn bit of sense.
Yeah, even if it wasn't going to ruin their Christmas, you would think they would say, well, we should probably figure out what's going on here.
Yeah, we should look into this. Perhaps we can figure out who took our stuff and get it back.
I think they were trying to make a certain point.
Yes, but it was kind of ridiculous.
It was pretty damn weird.
in that sort of, I don't. Yeah, it didn't make sense when I was a child, and it doesn't make sense to me now.
Right.
But yeah, that's not what a non-commercial Christmas looks like. Or I should say, it does, I guess, and it doesn't make any sense. And yeah, there you are. Yes.
Two things from Steve. He says, is there something into the theory that sometimes it can help to have lower IQ?
Well, we were just talking about that.
Yeah. Did we read that question?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
I
okay.
paraphrased it.
Yeah. Oh, you paraphrased it. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. Obviously, the answer is that no, it's not. Ignorance is not bliss, but I have met enough intelligent people who lived badly that it does make you wonder.
Right.
Yeah. But no, that's not inherent in it. Or the sad movie Wonder Wheel. Well, no, what I was surprised was I've never heard of the film Wonder Wheel. I guess I stopped kind of paying attention to Woody Allen after a certain amount of time, and that's, what is that, a 2017 film? So I would have to look into it, but no, I don't have an answer offhand about that. But yeah, there was something that wouldn't surprise me in a Woody Allen film is the idea that the smarter or more successful person is less happy.
Yeah.
And that's common in movies anyway, than the happy-go-lucky person. And there's a certain lesson there, but I wouldn't take it as success is bad or intelligence is bad.
Yeah.
It is worth realizing that successful people or intelligent people can make poor philosophic choices that lead them not to have all of the joy they should have.
Right. Yeah, Christopher says in the Letters of Ayn Rand, she helps out a friend at Christmas time and says, quote, I don't want to see you sad at Christmas. Of course she did, because she valued and she loved the people that she admired and she valued and she had shared values with, of course. And there's a lot of that. Yeah, it's wonderful. I really want to go back and reread the Letters of Ayn Rand and also 100 Voices, interviews from people who knew her. Or short comments, some of them, and it's wonderful. I mean, I absolutely love Ayn Rand. I love her personally. I wish I had known her. She passed away when I was 9
years old.
Yeah, so I didn't get a chance, but yeah, it would have been nice, and I think that we would have been, at least a little bit, somewhat kindred spirits. I think. I will say that. Yes. Just in my imaginings.
So my wish for all of you for the holidays is that you be damn selfish.
Yeah.
And learn the lessons of Ebenezer Scrooge.
And we don't want to see you sad at Christmas. Yeah. None of you in the audience. Well, no being sad at Christmas.
I'm not going to judge you for that if the holidays bring you some sadness. But no, yes. we do wish you a happy... Can't say happy holidays because, people will start writing us
happy
hate mail.
Holidays. I like the song, actually. And no, there's nothing wrong with happy holidays. I mean, it's maybe a little bit, it's actually one step above season's greetings,
if
which
Bing Crosby could be singing that 50, 75 years ago.
Yeah.
Then it is not a new thing that the expression happy holidays is somehow suspect.
Yeah, and it's not an attack on Western civilization to say happy holidays.
Or even Christianity. If that's your jam, you go ahead and jam that wherever you like.
But yeah. And
yes. And Matthew Humphreys reminds us most of the life-affirming happy stuff, decorated trees, feasts, exchanging gifts, can be traced to pre-Christian European pagans celebrating the solstice. Yes.
Yeah, and the way that they did that, they had if you ever watch Max Miller's Tasting History, he covers a lot of Roman food that they served in the time of Saturnalia. And of course they would have stands and, you could buy snacks and food and presents and everything. And it was very commercial. It was very commerce driven. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Paul in the chat says, in the 1950s and 60s, downtown Boston had many department stores, and at Christmas, they were a lot of fun, with fun windows display and an enchanted village of miniature animated Christmas scenes. Paul, I'm glad you said that, because it reminds me, we haven't been downtown in a couple of weeks, and they've got some things that we haven't seen yet this year.
Yeah.
Downtown Detroit has decorated the department stores, and because there aren't as many of them, decorated everything else for the holidays. And if you live near a large city or in a large city, you've probably got the same thing. If you haven't taken advantage of whatever your city has to offer in their commercial districts, we've also been driving around looking at people's houses decorated, and that's great, but pretty hard to beat a downtown at Christmas time. So thank you for the reminder. We need to do that.
And I should say also, objectively speaking, Detroit is becoming a more beautiful city by the minute. And there are so many people going there now saying, this is a beautiful city, and talking about it and kind of claiming ownership of it. And I keep seeing more and more, tourist types of videos out there. If you're going to Detroit from out of town, these are the places you need to go to, and you want to see this and that. And it's lovely to see that, and it's going to continue to grow. Yep. Yeah. And maybe Ocon will land sometimes at some point in Detroit. I would not be surprised if that happened. Yes. Yeah. So do you think I don't know if we have time for RANDOMF?
I would leave it off, but it's up to you.
Well, let's see. It's 7-Eleven. I don't know. Is there are there any, let me ask you this. Are there any Christmas scenes in any of Ayn Rand's fiction?
What are the Christmas scenes in Ayn Rand's writing?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's Thanksgiving, but I can't think of Christmas.
Yeah, there's Thanksgiving, kind of. I'm trying to think if there's any Christmas. I don't know if there was any reference to.
All right, I know we've got a lot of Ayn Rand fans in the audience. Let us know in the chat if you can remember explicit Christmas scenes or settings in Ayn Rand's writing.
Maybe there was an association of Christmas with regard to Dagny Taggart and the Taggart Transcontinental Railroad, and how there was a line of red and green. I know that's the first thing I thought of. It's red and green lights down the railway, and I don't know, maybe that's a little bit Christmassy. I was trying to think.
I'm not coming up with anything.
Yeah, I kind of wonder. So James, if you're still listening, put in the chat if you can think of any place in Ayn Rand's fiction. Even like the early Ayn Rand, I'm trying to think. Was there anything in good copy? I don't know.
No, not that I know.
Okay. Trying to think.
All right. You're going to make me look it up here. Let's see.
All right, look it up.
I'm just going to look up the word Christmas in all of Ayn Rand's fiction. It really helps to have a copy of the old...
So Greg... in the chat on YouTube says, in the Fountainhead, quote, all of it will be forgotten before next Christmas. What is that? I'm forgetting what that's in relation to. Let's see. Christmas.
Oh, the conflict. What is the purpose of that lawsuit? And this is Ellsworth Dewey talking to Dominique. And Dominique says, well, how's it going to stop him? She asked in the tone of one who would use to recite a list of statistics. It will prove nothing, whether he wins or loses. The whole thing is just a spree for great numbers of louts. Filthy but pointless. I did not think you wasted your time on stink bombs. All of it will be forgotten before next Christmas. Yeah. And Ellsworth goes on, my God, but I must be a failure. I never thought of myself as such a poor teacher. that you should have learned so little in 2 years of close association with me. It's really discouraging. Since you are the most intelligent woman I know, the fault must be mine. Well, let's see. You did learn one thing, that I don't waste my time. Quite correct, I don't. Right, my dear. Everything will be forgotten by next Christmas, and that, you see, will be the achievement. You can fight a live issue. You can't fight a dead one. Dead issues, like all dead things, don't just vanish, but leave some decomposing matter behind. A most unpleasant thing to carry on your... Anyway, that's not really a Christmas reference.
Yeah. Not a cheerful Christmas reference, I should say.
Well, yeah, I mean, the word Christmas does show up.
Yes.
But not as really a Christmas reference.
Yeah, let's see. And then Greg
Shrug,
says...
There's nothing. The word is there once, but it's irrelevant. Yeah, it's not...
Okay, what is this? He says, it was all the money I had. I saved it to buy a bottle of, quote, Christmas Night. I wanted Christmas Night very badly, but afterward, every time I thought of that organ grinder, I was happy. I don't know why that rings a bell. Greg, tell us where that's at.
Well, that's
the Fountainhead
again.
Okay.
Yeah. It's Katie talking to Uncle Ellsworth. And she's feeling bad because the altruistic feelings aren't coming to her, even though she's growing into a bitter person, and she's asking Ellsworth, why am I becoming bitter, and why don't I believe in these things? And yeah.
Oh my gosh, Katie.
Yeah, she's trying to understand what's happening to her, and this is pretty much where he finishes destroying her mind.
Oh, God. Oh, I really wish that he had died a horrible death in the end.
She blinked attentively like a schoolchild disturbed by a difficult lesson. Don't you see how selfish you've been? You chose a noble career, not for the good that you could accomplish, but for the personal happiness you expected to find in it. But I really wanted to help people, because you thought you to be good and virtuous doing it. Well, yes, because I thought it was right. Is it vicious to want to do right? Yes, if it's your chief concern. Don't you see how egotistical it is? To hell with everybody so long as I'm virtuous. Anyway, it goes on and gets worse, but yeah. Man. That is not a Christmassy reference either.
No, that's so Kantian. So anti-value, so nihilistic. But anyway, Greg.
Christmas comes up when she talks about altruism, but not in the ways that we would want to discuss.
Yeah, Steve says Night of January the 16th took place in winter, and so did in We the Living. There were a lot of winter scenes in that book, not particularly happy. I don't know if there was a Christmas scene in We the Living, but I don't know.
Yeah, We the Living doesn't have the word Christmas in it at all.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting.
And Ayn Rand loved Christmas.
Yeah.
But, yeah, she loved it for what it was.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, this year, if you are a donor at the Ayn Rand Institute, they sent us a Christmas card that was a reproduction of a card that Frank O'Connor gave to Ayn Rand. And
super sweet.
Yeah, super sweet.
So,
love
folks,
that.
I hope that, again, you are enjoying your holidays. I want you to be rationally self-interested. Man, that's a hard standard to reach. Not just selfish, like, do whatever you want to do, but do what you really want to do.
I'll challenge, I will say something a little unconventional, and I'll say this. In 2 steps, you've got a 2-step process. Number 1, find something that will make you feel happy to do. And when you think about it, you feel happy just by thinking of it, by even contemplating it. Gives you happiness, gives you joy. And go out and do it. But before you do, of course, ask yourself, give yourself the gift of knowledge, of understanding yourself, of knowing yourself, and ask yourself, why do I like this? Why does it bring me joy? Why does it give me happiness? Even contemplating it gives me happiness. And you know it explicitly in your mind why it's a value to you. Yeah, of course we'll never, you will always say hedonism is no fun.
Hedonism is no fun.
But, and that emotions are not guides to actions or tools of cognition, but they are sometimes guideposts, obviously. And so go find something that's going to make you happy this Christmas.
Yep. Here, I'll wrap up with Peter Keating talking to Katie.
Oof.
One of the most tragic scenes in the book, but one of the most joyous scenes if you know the lesson to take from it. Keating says, Katie, he's like trying to break through to her. She's all stuck in altruism and self-sacrifice and being a really bitter. Anyway, he says, Katie, why do they always teach us that it's easy and evil to do what we want and that we need discipline to restrain ourselves? It's the hardest thing in the world to do what we want. And it takes the greatest kind of courage. I mean, what we really want. And he goes on, as I wanted to marry you. Not as I'd want to sleep with some woman or get drunk or get my name in the papers. Those things, they're not even desires. They're things people do to escape from desires. Because it's such a big responsibility to really want something. It's the answer to Ben Shapiro, when he tries to answer Ayn Rand and says, well, if I just was selfish, I would go to the bar and sleep with the first attractive woman who'd had me.
Go out and get myself a sports car.
Even Peter Keating knows better than that.
Yes.
So yes, figure out what you want. Whatever it is you want, and it can be light and trivial things, or it can be very serious things. Make sure it's what you really want.
Yes.
Then go out there and get yourself armfuls of it, handfuls of it, baskets full of it. Peach baskets with soccer balls in it full of it.
Yes.
And do that thing. And have yourself a merry little Christmas and a happy holiday and a joyeux Noël. You can pronounce that, Amy?
Joyeux Noël.
Very nice. Anything French, I shouldn't even try. Amy should always be the one to say it. Folks, thank you for joining us. I think we can get one more show in before the end of the year.
Yeah.
But just in case this is it, thank you for spending 2025 with us. We're looking forward to Christmas. We'll be online. We'll be on the socials. You can interact with us. Those of you who know us IRL, in real life, in meet space, we're going to be doing all the things. It's going to be a busy holiday season. Amy, you keep adding things to the calendar. And I'm like, am I going to be able to take a nap at some point before the end of the year? Looking forward to it. Looking forward to all the time with all you good people. Everybody else, do reach out to us. We are on Facebook. We are on the socials. My email address is right on my webpage, robertnasir.com. And we do want to interact with you because we wish you all of the success that you so richly deserve. Anything I missed in the chat that we need to answer?
No, I
or
think
can we
that's
let
it.
these poor people get on with their Christmas holiday?
No, they're enriched people because they listen to us.
Damn straight.
Yes.
So thank you for the movie recommendations. I forgot a few I haven't mentioned, but that were in the chat, and I will be checking into some of those as well. Is that it? I think all that is left? All that is left is for us to wish you a Merry Christmas. Oh, wait. And love.